What are the worst luxury SUVs that you can buy? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. I'm going to share the 10 worst luxury SUVs for 2026 that are poorly designed, have terrible reliability, that are just a complete waste of money that will absolutely drain your bank account. So if you want to avoid buyer's remorse, let's get started with the first luxury SUV that comes in the number 10 spot, which is the Volvo EX90. The EX90 is Volvo's new all-electric 3-row SUV. And while it has a nice design and an impressive interior, make no mistake, this is one of the buggiest, most problematic, most half-baked products on sale today. The launch of this eagerly anticipated model was a complete disaster and severely delayed, largely due to design and engineering challenges. And now, early buyers seem to be paying the price. The electronics and displays are incredibly clunky, buggy, and even completely failure prone. They experience charging problems, underwhelming driving range, and never-ending software bugs. Even when the vehicle is working properly, many of the electronic-based features are just a frustrating nightmare to use, or are not functional at all, because the EX90 is still a work in progress. Many owners are already furious with all the problems, and I'd be too if I spent over $100,000 on one of these. Basically, the EX90 is the epitome of selling consumers an unfinished product and letting them be the guinea pigs to do the final R&D through warranty claims with massive headaches. It's totally ridiculous and unacceptable, and if you want to avoid major headaches, stay far away from this one, at least for now. And next up, moving on to the number 9 spot, we have the Jeep Wagoneer. Although Jeep is not typically seen as a luxury brand, the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer certainly qualify thanks to their 6-figure pricing. And if spending over $100,000 on a Jeep isn't crazy enough, like the EX90, these vehicles are riddled with reliability issues and examples of poor build quality that just make them a total waste of money. Drivetrain problems and electronic problems are very common, and because these things are overpriced, slow sellers, resale value is absolutely abysmal. Needless to say, buying a Wagoneer is the perfect way to pour all your money down the drain. Don't do it. And the Wagoneer is not the only full-sized SUV that we have on the list, because in the number 8 spot, we have the Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade is an attractive, nicely designed large SUV, but it has a serious flaw, which is its drivetrain. The 6.2-liter V8 engine has a long history of severe engine problems, including lifter, cam, and bearing failure, which caused the engine to fail prematurely. It is a very well-documented problem on all GM vehicles with these V8s that stretches back well over a decade, and GM has still not done anything to address the design defects. The 10-speed transmissions are also known for failing, so all in all, a pretty poorly designed drivetrain. Until GM permanently and definitively addresses these problems, blowing over $100,000 on one of these is just a major mistake and asking for trouble. And next up, in the number 7 spot, is a luxury SUV that I've criticized a few times already on this channel, and that SUV is the Infiniti QX60. The biggest problem with this one is that Infiniti dropped its perfectly fine and very reliable V6 engine for a very problematic 2-liter VC turbo 4-cylinder engine, which has serious documented reliability issues. Nissan and Infiniti recalled nearly 500,000 engines for bearing failure just this year, which to me is really the final nail in the coffin for this vehicle and this brand. Infiniti is a dying brand on the verge of total collapse, with absolutely dismal sales. They only have 2 models left for 2026, the QX60 and QX80. And when Nissan pulls the plug, that will be the end of what little resale value is left. I would just stay away. And now moving on to the number 6 spot, we have our first small SUV of the list, which is the BMW X2. This is easily the worst vehicle that BMW currently makes. A true abomination that fails at absolutely everything. It's terrible to drive with a stiff ride and an incredibly jerky dual clutch transmission that fumbles constantly, making you think you bought a broken vehicle. The odd design creates a small cargo area and tight interior that also doesn't have any meaningful luxury. Just a small touchscreen that's annoying to use and not much else. I don't get who this vehicle is designed for, who approved it thinking this is what consumers actually want, or who in their right mind would consider buying one for such a ridiculous price. Enough said. And next up, moving on to the next SUV that we have in the number 5 spot, we have the Audi Q4 e-tron. Let's be clear, Audi doesn't do a great job of making electric vehicles. Most of them are very trouble prone, have poorly designed outdated tech, and underperform for their high pricing. And the Q4 is the absolute peak of that. Since its launch, it has been riddled with various bugs and reliability issues. The driving range and charging performance are very poor, it is not especially well designed, and it is incredibly overpriced, which means it is destined to plummet into a worthless money pit in no time at all. It really embodies everything wrong with early, first-generation EVs, and it is time for Audi to cut their losses and move on. And the same could definitely be said of the next group of SUVs that come in the number 4 spot, which are any of Mercedes' EQ models. The EQ models are the EVs of the Mercedes lineup, and all of them have just been a complete disaster. Poor build quality, underwhelming designs, mediocre performance, and hideously overpriced for what you get. It is no wonder why they suffer from the most severe depreciation and why Mercedes is already prepared to dump the entire EQ lineup. The next generation of Mercedes EVs will have new technology and will just be offered as optional drivetrains next to their regular gas models. So good riddance to the EQ models, safe to say you won't be missed. And now getting into the top 3 worst luxury SUVs, in the number 3 spot, we have the Maserati Grecale. The desire to buy a Maserati usually comes from wanting the nice, prestigious luxury vehicle that's a bit more unique than the typical Mercedes or BMW. But in this case, the desire to be different often goes horribly wrong. Like other Maserati models, the Grecale is a bit of a parts bin vehicle made from various Stellantis parts, and it really shows. It is an incredibly unimpressive SUV in just about every way, with no real luxury. The build quality is predictably poor, and because it's a Maserati, just about everything costs an insane fortune to fix or replace. Maserati has been surviving off their brand name for ages now, but from an objective standpoint, their vehicles are some of the worst on the roads, most poorly made, and fastest depreciating, so they make zero sense to consider. The next luxury SUV that pretty much fits the same description very well is our number 2 SUV, which is the Land Rover Range Rover. Land Rover's history of building low-quality vehicles that are a nightmare to repair is well documented. They just have ongoing repair problems that never seem to end. Everything from the electronics, the air suspension systems, the drivetrains, just about everything is failure prone on these vehicles. And the cost of repair is so outrageously high, it quickly makes little sense to attempt to keep one of these past the warranty. They are just incredibly poorly made vehicles, which also explains the rapid depreciation. So, although they have nice designs and are very luxurious, buying one of these is just asking for trouble and a perfect way to burn your money. Unfortunately though, Land Rover has a sister brand which at this point is arguably much worse, and that's our number 1 worst luxury SUV of 2026, the Jaguar F-Pace. This is the last vehicle left in Jaguar showrooms, and its days are numbered, as Jaguar has already ended production of its entire lineup. The 2026 models are just leftovers from the end of its production run, which the company is desperately trying to unload. Supposedly the plan is to re-enter the market at some point with a new EV, but their ICE days are finished, and it would just be crazy to buy one at this point. The F-Pace has the same Land Rover problems with poor reliability, high repair costs, plus the risks that come with owning a vehicle that's no longer being made with a parts supply that will likely end sooner than later. I really can't think of another luxury SUV that's a higher risk to own than this in every possible way. So there you have it, the worst luxury SUVs you can buy for 2026. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're planning to purchase a vehicle and you live in Ontario, know that OMVIC is the vehicle sales regulator that's responsible for administering and enforcing the rules that dealerships must follow. To learn more about your consumer protection rights, visit omvic.ca. And if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to visit carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.